Everybody, it is Tuesday and it is 2:11. I apologize. I'm late. I had a person that called in and I was taking an order and helping him with his order, and these things happen. So it's Tuesday. It's somewhere around 2 o'clock, and it's time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host from Crate Insider. I'm Kate Dillon. We're really excited to be here today. I want to catch you up on all of the things that have happened in the last week or so with race car parts and fun things. And so I see we've got some people joining. Definitely feel free to drop in a comment. We're going to be doing a couple of giveaways today. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in. And of course, you can always just say hi or leave an emoticon or emoji, whatever you want to call it. So let's talk about what we're giving away this week. I'm going to do a couple of giveaways. One of them is this is really exciting. It was a great opportunity for me this year to work with Brian Littleton and Justin McCree, Kevin DuPont, Dave Hammond, Wade Cross. I mean, there's a whole pile of us working together with the Race Logic chassis seminars. And I didn't tell Alex, otherwise we'll put in the link here, but racelogic.vip is the link. And we filmed one of the classes, and it was the street stock class that we filmed, and the feedback has been phenomenal. And so one of the things I'm giving away this week here is our Race Logic chassis school. This one happens to be an extra large. And so you see the front and then there's the back. You can see the different kinds of cars that are represented. And then there's the online class. It looks like that next year Brian is wanting to record them all, so that's very exciting. I was there doing the recording, and I did all the editing and putting up the website and all of that, so it was really exciting to be a part of that and to be able to put out a great product that is going to be so helpful for so many racers. And it's really exciting too. I mean, Brian has been doing this was the 20th year of Race Logic, and the people he brings together has just been phenomenal. So that's going to be one of our giveaways, and we'll just do kind of a random giveaway. I know some people have been bummed I didn't have my sign out for the last, several weeks. I kind of ran out of things to say when you've got this tiny little sign and only so many letters fit. But just keep in mind, that's what our sign is, and I'll bring back the sign next week. And if you remember what the sign says this week and you say that next week, I'll have a giveaway just for that. But we'll do a second giveaway. I know people love our sling grips. I know I certainly do. So the sling grips, it goes on the back of your phone, and it's this elastic band here that makes it so that you can hold your phone very easily. I love them, and of course it says Crate Insider on it. So it's just get this swag out into the world, and we'll just do a second random number, based on the number of comments. So just drop in a comment, any kind of comment, and that will qualify you for one of our giveaways. So I wanted to talk about before we jump into the top 5 products, we have put out several videos in the past week since last Top 5 Tuesday. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of those products that we have videos about. And one of them is this right here. And this is the body bracing from Hammond Motorsports. And what's so cool about this is check out the video, because Dave puts all kind of weight on it. I mean, of course, many of you know, Dave Hammond is a good friend of mine. We work together on stuff, but he just comes out with the coolest, most innovative products. And this is for your door bars, and I don't even have a light on today, but so it's just getting light. Oh, I guess it's getting light from overhead here. But what's cool, this groove right here that you can see, the groove in there is the center line, or it's not the center line between here, but it creates a spot where instead of having all these holes in this that would make it weaker, now you can drill your own holes. But if you want your holes to line up, here you've got this scored line in there to show you exactly where along this line that you would want to go ahead and drill your holes. And this body bracing is super strong. Will definitely keep your door panels intact a whole lot better. And we have a whole kit that we've put together. Well, Dave's put together, but this body bracing kit has 9 pieces of different lengths. So obviously I have a shorter one, for the show here, but it has varying lengths, 9 pieces, and it's $149. So it's really great for, you've got the whole car full of body bracing and you're ready to go. So I think this is going to be a super popular product. It's a special alloy. And then look at the special shape here. It's that special shape that really keeps this intact. So you don't get all those, might as well try to keep your cars together and as looking as pristine as possible rather than having it get beat up all the time. So body bracing, huge deal. Another video we put out is I was able to talk with one of the guys from MPI Steering Wheels. And so this would be an example of one of the steering wheels. This happens to be, let's see which one this one is. This is the DM215. So this is the 15-inch wheel. It's dished. It's meant for dirt because we've got I know we have some asphalt customers. MPI has a full line of steering wheels, and you can see that it's dished here. What I love about this one, clearly I love the color orange. I mean, if you haven't seen the rest of my office, but clearly just from the background, you can see I love orange. So, they had me at orange stripe. But what's so nice about this is you can line this up when you're putting your steering wheel onto your steering shaft there, and then you can see that whether your wheels are lined up, and you've just got a center point, which is really nice. And this one happens to come with the cover piece too, so that can go on here. But there's some other products that we talk about in that video. They've got a new bracket, or the part that attaches to your steering wheel to your steering shaft, and I thought that was pretty cool. And so you can pick up any of these MPI steering wheels. We've got a whole section of MPI steering wheels on our website, but definitely check out that video too. It's nice to see any of their new products that they've come out with. And I love the packaging. I mean, this is just a nice packaging where you can really feel like you're getting something special in that. And I just like to be treated like, don't we all want to be treated a little bit special sometimes? That's how I feel about it. All right, cool. Next up is we had a chance to get together with DRP, so DRP Performance, and they've always got so many cool, amazing setup tools, and they've got now this pull down rig. It used to be you had to have like a whole bay of the shop dedicated to a pull down rig, and now you don't. Now you can use your own scales, and then they've got the pieces that would go with it and all of the measurement tablet tools and all of that to be able to do your own pull down work. And it starts at a lot less expensive. I think it starts at around $8,400. So it's not something I necessarily have on the website, but give me a call and I would be happy to, connect you and get you set up with DRP so that they can help you get the exact right thing. And so I work really closely with DRP on some things, and I'd be happy to get you set up with that. So you just contact us and we'll get you going. Another video we put out there was our Joe's Pro Jack. I mean, you want to talk about a jack that is so beautifully designed and so beautifully executed. I mean, every part on that is CNC machined, except for, maybe some fittings and hydraulic pieces or whatever, but it is a beautiful piece of equipment. That would definitely be on my, dream wish list right there for sure. So that Joe's Pro Jack, that is on our website, and it runs $13.95. And you can see that video as well. So those are our videos that we put out in the past week, and we'll make sure we've got the links here for either the products or the videos. And then, of course, I'm doing this on Facebook right now. For anybody who wants to watch this later, we'll have it on YouTube and have all of the links with it as well. So you'll be able to link back and forth between all of that. But I'm going to say hi to some folks here. And we got a bunch of people here today. A lot of people saying hi. I like how Bill says us fat guys love hats and banners. That's great. And Terry's here, and Chris, Brandon, James, Bob, Danny, Rusty, James. That's great. Oh, James brings up a great point. He says, still praying for Ryan. Of course, Ryan Newman had that horrendous wreck yesterday. Oh my goodness. That was, wow. Definitely. I'm glad to hear that he's in stable condition was the last thing I heard. So, I think we're all pulling together in the racing community and sending, all of our thoughts, prayers, good wishes, sending all that love out to the Newman family, and really hoping for his, complete recovery on all of that. Definitely. So back to more fun stuff. Let's see. Kevin says he hasn't been able to watch for a bit. Well, I'm glad to see you're here. Darren says, last week you showed a 5/8" carb spacer for a 4-barrel. Is there one you recommend for a 2-barrel 4412 carb? My question for you, Darren, would be, I've got a 2-barrel. Because, for the 602, we generally recommend the carb spacer that's called for a dual intake manifold. but a lot of times that's for a 4-barrel spacer or a 4-barrel carburetor as well. So with the 2-barrel 4412, we do have a separate spacer for that. And I think that's a 1-inch thickness, but we really just have one spacer for a 2-barrel carburetor application. I said, Bill says, dropping in a comment, and Mitch just bought a 602 crate for his limited late model. Fantastic. Steve loves his sling grip. And okay, coupling. Oh, good. KL says, that coupling is the is the MPI piece that attaches to the steering shaft. That's great. I have to say hi to Danny O'Neill in Oregon. He always calls me East Coast. I call him West Coast. Welcome to be here. And I look frozen. Oh my goodness, am I frozen? No, you're good. Okay, I'm good. All right. Let's see. And yep, Lenny at DRP is a great guy to work with. They're fantastic. Okay, cool. Yes, and I agree. BJ says he's got to get the steering wheel. I completely agree. I love it. And Ken says I do a great job. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So with all of that, let's go ahead and jump in to Top 5 Tuesday, our top 5 products of the week. And in the number 5 spot this week from Fast Shafts is our carbon fiber drive shafts. And I meant to grab a picture from my phone and show y'all, but the carbon fiber drive shafts from Fast Shafts, we've been working with Pat for a few years. Love the products. He's done such a great job of putting inventory and having the inventory ready, so we're able to really respond very, very quickly to any of those orders. And I realized he was also, so Pat from Fast Shafts was down at Volusia and Speed Weeks this last week. I know that he had a lot of customers that were winning. And of course, on the crate side of things, we sell a lot of those carbon fiber drive shafts. And of course, now if you've got a modified or, different kinds of car, you're not running I sell the most of the carbon fiber drive shafts, but we have his other drive shafts available as well. And so love working with them. Fantastic product. And that's in our number 5 spot this week. So there'll be varying prices on those. And you can decide, like with the carbon fiber drive shafts, for instance, you can decide whether you want to have it with a slip yoke or not with a slip yoke, just depending on your whole, like your transmission and all of those pieces. So really, really cool. All right, next up in the number 4 spot, another product I do not have in my hand, but an amazing product, and that is the Willys Equalizer Carburetor. If there was one thing that I took away from PRI this year, if there was one just stand out new product that's amazing, and it's the Equalizer Carburetor. And what I love about it is that it just makes so much sense. I mean, all of the technology, I've been working with Willie since the start of Crate Insider, and he's come out with all these new innovative things. And when he does, it's so amazing, because you see it and you're like, how is it that nobody thought of that before? Because it makes so much sense. And with the Equalizer Carburetor, the way it works is that, with our cylinders, you've got a carburetor, and it's got the butterflies that once they open up, there's like a D shape, right? I mean, you've got this circle and it's like a D shape. Well, when that's part the way open, then part of your cylinder is getting more fuel than the other part. And with the Equalizer Carburetor, it's allowing you to get the equal amount of fuel to each of the cylinders, so that way you're not running lean. Guess what? That means you're not as hard on your motor. It's better for your motor. It's just more consistent performance, because when you've got a carburetor problems at the racetrack, you're just going to have a bad night. It just sucks, right? I mean, nobody wants to work on your carburetor. None of us want to do that, because it's just not fun. So this way it's all dialed in, and you can just have a good night, it's better for your engine, all of those things. So the Equalizer Carburetor, sold several of those this week, and that's in the number 4 spot. Those run $15.95 for the Equalizer Carburetor. All right, next up in the number 3 spot is one of my favorite products, of course, and that's our Fast Firewire. We just got a new shipment of this, so I know we've got several of these in stock, but the Fast Firewire, you're looking at your spark, you're only you're always going to have a loss. Anytime we're moving electricity, anytime we're moving water, anytime we're moving anything like that, we're going to have some loss of energy. And with this, you want to look for the lowest amount of loss. And this is just 30 ohms per foot. And so that's why with your spark plug wires, you want to have them pretty tailored. And this set is tailored for a 602 or a 604. And it does come with the coil wire as well. And they're heat protected up to like 400 and something degrees, I believe. And and yeah, 8.5 millimeter. Oh, it's 25. The resistance is the word I was looking for. I'm struggling with words today. So resistance is only 25 ohms per foot, and it's heat safe to a pretty high temperature. I want to say like 450 degrees. It might even be more, but fast fire wire, and it runs $159.99 for that, and that's in the number 3 spot. All right, in the number 2 spot this week, we were talking about DRP a little bit earlier, and one of my favorite products from DRP is their bearing spacers. And so they do make bearing spacers for a variety of different kind of car types or spindles. These are for wide 5. And what's great with the bearing spacers, I think the best way to explain it was something I learned at the Race Logic Chassis School. And the way this frees up your wheels is if you've got your race car and it's taking 2 people to push it, you put the bearing spacers on. Because it's so much freer, you need to have 1 person push your car. That's always what we're looking for, is we know that if it doesn't take as much work to just push your car, that you've gotten rid of a lot of that like parasitic drag, all of that, reduce the friction, and anytime we can reduce friction, we're going to be faster. I think somebody said to me the other day, the phrase is, freer means faster. So it's a good way to put it. But the wide 5 bearing spacer, these run $49, and we do have these in stock, so you can just pick them up and we'll send them right out to you. And before we jump into the top spot, I'm going to see if we have any other questions that I can answer for some folks. Let's see. James says, I need some match valve springs for 602. Great. And I should be able to hook you guys up. I know that these 602 valve springs from GM just got on back order, and I just ordered a bunch more to get all of them that I could get. But the back order shouldn't last too long, just like into the 2nd week of March is what I hear. Let's see, to order a 35-inch crate shaft. Fantastic. And I feel like this is my current cart saved right now, Joe says. This is a great cart to have. There's some great products on here. And that brings us to our top spot this week. And just got this shipment of these in here today, and yesterday I think is what they came in. But in our top spot this week is our Walker 4-inch air filters. We sell both the 4-inch and the 3-inch, and you can make a determination on the height depending on, if you've got some height restrictions, like, wow, that filter is way too tall, I can't see over it. Although, I mean, we're going to have some restrictions in a race car anyway when you're kind of blocked all in there. So if you need a little bit shorter, I do have a 3-inch air filter in stock. Otherwise, this is the 4-inch. And this is an oiled filter, but it's completely cleanable. You can re-oil it, and you can reuse it over and over and over again. And our Walker, a 4-inch Walker air filter, runs $99. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my random number generator, and we'll find some winners here today. And there we go. Let's see, we've got lots of comments here today. So I've got Alex in the office helping me out, and I'll give him the numbers and he will find me some winners really quick here. And while that's happening, great. So he'll work on that, and I'll see if there are any other questions I can answer over here. Let's see. James says must have bearing spacers. I agree. Mike asked, does Walker make a 6-inch? I'm not sure if they make a 6-inch. I believe they probably do, or they could. They make all kinds of filters. It's just we found in the dirt world that these 3 and 4 inches have been the best. And I'll tell you something too that I just recently learned is, we have like the dropped bases, and when you've got a dropped base and you've got this air filter that's going over the top of, just think if there's like a bowl in here, right? If there's a bowl in here, it's kind of blocking off half of the filter. And with that, that's why we kind of went towards getting taller and taller and taller filters. But now, especially with like the CrateInsider air filter base, where it's a flat air filter base and it lifts it up, then we don't need the height on those air filters anymore. So and interesting. So Mike Howell. So Mike, you are one of our winners. You're going to win the Race Logic t-shirt. And then now for our sling grip, Eric Cooper. So Eric, you are the winning of the sling grip. And if you could both just send me a private message with your address, I will get those sent out to you. And I think that's all I have. I'm going to see if there's any other last questions, and I will see if I can answer them. Okay, Kate, who makes the flat air filter base you carry? I make it. Well, I actually don't personally make it, but it is the CrateInsider air filter, flat air filter base. It's one of our most popular products for sure. So you can pick that up in our store. Fantastic. And let's see, what is the bearing grease that you showed a while back that is super low drag with a syringe? That's Daylube. Daylube's a really popular product of ours. And I had a special guest. You may have seen a tail go across, but that's Pippi. Pippi is not feeling like he's getting enough attention right now, so he decided to join the show. So if anybody else has any other questions, you can certainly send me a private message. Mike Howell, Eric Cooper, please send me private messages with your address, and I'll get your prizes sent out to you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of Top 5 Tuesday, and I will see you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Have a great week.